Every time we have this conversation, hearts are breaking, face to face, but we don't know how to face it. Yeah, we're done, but we're too afraid to say it. Time is racing. Every time we have this conversation, fable chasing, write the story, but I just can't copy paste it. Almost perfect, but not adjacent.
Hello. This is Twisted Tidbits. I'm Logan. I'm co-host.
And I am Jordan, and I am a co-host as well. And we have our producer behind the screen, Chad. See,
Yes,
Daddy.
we do.
That was cringy. That was very cringy.
So just wanted to start out telling us about us. So I'm 24. I absolutely love Harry Potter, as you can tell by the tattoo. And I love Friends. You can tell by that. I actually named my dog after Chandler from Chandler Bing. And so that I do love. And you can tell by the colors behind me, I am gay, proud. And so that's a little bit about me. How about you, Jordan?
I'm 25. I am a mom to a 2-year-old little girl. Love her to death. I have 3 dogs. 2 of them are huskies. Well, one of them's like German Shepherd Husky mix. And the other one is a corgi, and he's a pain in my butt. But I love him. And I have a boyfriend. He's actually at work right now. But there's not too much interesting stuff. We'll find out way more later on down the road, but
that's fair.
Figured we'd
So,
give you a little sneak peek.
Yeah, so let's kind of tell them how we got to meet each other. So it was actually her parents. As weird as that sounds.
Yes.
So me and my fiance went on a cruise, and we had the same dinner table as her parents. So we asked the cruise line if we could sit by them, and they were okay with it. And so we sat by them the whole cruise, and we did a bunch of stuff together. We did excursions that we really got to meet them, and we do want to go on more cruises with them, and of course Jordan. So me and Chad stayed at their house when we went to Oklahoma. That's where we met this beautiful woman right here, Jordan. We've been
The light of
pretty much
everybody's
pretty
eyes.
dang close.
Literally.
Now we're like 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
So
2 peas in a
I'm
pod.
curious. What was your first impression of me?
At first, I was like, I honestly really liked you, but I was like, I don't know if he's an ass or not. Like, I literally was like, he seems like an asshole. But then the more that I got to like talk to you, I was like, no, he ain't that bad. And plus, I know that if you were, my mom and dad would not have brought you guys to my house.
That is true.
I'm glad they did. I'm really glad that they did, because we wouldn't have had this friendship.
Exactly. And we wouldn't be doing this right now.
Yeah.
So Jordan, do you want to tell them kind of what this podcast is about and what we're going to be talking about?
The podcast, we're kind of gonna do an array of the subjects, but it's mainly about. Sorry, my hair. I look like.
You look fine. Don't worry about it.
I looked like I had big ears. Hey, we have to make it funny somehow. We have to make it funny.
That's
somehow.
true. That's true. We're just funny in general, so.
But what this is about is we are pretty much going to be talking about like our past traumas and things like that. Like, sorry, I just snorted.
What the fuck was that?
Like a pig. But
oh my god.
We're going to be talking about like different arrays of stuff. Like, there'll be a little bit of like true crime stuff like that. Like, we'll give our intake on the cases. We'll do
Mhm.
our research. I mean, we're not gonna dig like super deep into them because we're not investigators. We don't have private investigator licenses. So I mean, we'll talk about them and give our opinions and be like our reactions. And the main thing it's going to be is talking about like our past traumas and our past relationships and like just throughout our lives, pretty much about anything that's happened to us. But fair warning, the way that we cope is dark humor. So if you are not okay with dark humor, this is your chance to not let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. Okay?
I love that.
So, well, I mean, I want to give them a heads up because I don't want them to be like, "Oh, this is going to be a
Absolutely.
podcast about mental health. This is going to help me." And then them get on here and hear
Mhm.
everything we're saying and then their mental health just deteriorate even more.
Yeah. But also I
But
want
yes.
to add to that is
Uh-huh.
we may have dark humor, but we also take things seriously.
Yes, we
And
do.
so if you guys feel like you guys want to tell your story, but you can't yourself, let us. We will be happy to. We're actually going to be having an email to where if you want us to talk about your situation or anything like that, you can email us. Either you can say your name or anonymously, but we will keep names out of it, cities, states,
Yes, no
whatever.
matter what.
We want you to know that we are here for you, and in a way we know what you're going through, and it sucks. It really does. I was in a relationship for 3 years, and it was sexually, mentally, physically, and emotionally abusive. And we will get into detail with that,
Oh,
but for
yeah.
right now, we're just kind of doing kind of an introduction. But anyways, sorry, Jordan.
No, you're good. You're good. I like to talk, but my thing is like when
Hmm?
I talk about like random stuff. Like one time, okay, I gotta tell you this story. You know what? I'm gonna make this my funny part, but I want to tell you about the very first time I got high. So, well, the first time I did, it wasn't that bad. It was okay. I was with my ex at the time, who we will talk about later because that was a very bad relationship. My very first time, I hit a bong and I took a big rip of that thing. I was like, and you know what? I was in a trance for 3 days. I don't remember nothing. I
Damn.
woke up, yeah, I was high for 3 days straight. And then the second time I took edibles, I got them from my friend and thought the whole baggie was 10 milligrams. But no, they were 10 milligrams a piece, and I had like 10.
Damn, girl, that's
Yeah,
scary.
I
I'm
I
sure
was
you were
scared.
tripping.
I needed to pee, and I was afraid to go to the bathroom because I thought something was gonna grab me. I literally thought something was gonna come out of the toilet and grab my ass and pull me down the sewer. Like fucking Pennywise. Let me get you the world's smartest.
No, that's scary. I don't remember the first time I got high. Like if I did, it was like it wasn't super crazy, but I'm not a super crazy kind of person. I don't get like belligerent drunk or
That's
I don't get
me.
super high. Like I don't mind it, but it's just kind of meh to me.
I mean,
So
sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't drink. Sorry, I said it. It was only once.
I prefer drinking. My preferred drink is most likely a Dr. Pepper with coconut rum and cherry vodka. It is so good. I love the taste of it. What is your signature drink, Jordan?
Moscow mules. There.
Moscow Mule. What is a
I
Moscow
love
Mule?
them. It's like a ginger beer. but it's got like
Oh,
lime. It's like ginger beer, lime,
I don't do ginger or ginger
vodka.
ale, nothing like that.
Yeah,
Not my
I
thing.
love it. I used to not like stuff like that.
Really?
I used to not like stuff like that. You're gonna get that a lot here.
I know. We're not perfect when we do not claim to ever be perfect. We are far from perfect. That's the truth. But
But
you
you wanna know
know
something funny?
what?
In a world full of everything, be gay.
Well, let's hear it. Oh, there you go.
You know, I would go lesbian. I so would.
Would you?
You put Ruby Rose. Oh, good God Almighty! Like, have you seen her in Orange Is the New Black?
I have, yes.
Oh, I have always had a girl crush on her. She's so.
Hey,
That woman.
she is pretty cute. You know, I may be gay, but I think women are pretty cute.
She is one
But
fine.
so
Yeah.
real quick, kind of going a little bit off topic here, is I just wanted to add to what we talked about earlier, because it's kind of serious. So we want people to feel safe and people to not understand, not like understanding completely, but knowing how like it is and how it feels.
Yes.
And
How it feels to be in this position and like all the like steps you have to like figure out to like cope with these things like in your own way.
so actually this March 1st is 2 years since I left my abusive relationship. I never have felt so alive. So let me give you a little bit of a background
I
of
was about
kind
to
of how
ask
that
for the
happened. So I was at my friend's house and I was telling them, you know, the things that they were doing and saying. Me and her looked on Google, and we went and found this room for rent. We went and saw it on March 1st, and I found out it was available that day. So I signed the lease that day. Well, me and my best friend and my brother went to the house, and remind you, I was in a polyamorous relationship. So I had about a 20-minute window from when one left for work and one was coming home from work. So I had a 20-minute window to grab all of my shit, all of it,
or
and
mainly anything
be
that
out of
was
there
important.
within that 20 minutes. And then, you know, I drove off and then I sent them a text letting them know that they won't be able to contact me. They won't be able to talk to me. I'm leaving. And I blocked them.
Shit,
And
I wouldn't have even sent a text. I would have just dropped off the face of the earth. I've done that once actually.
yeah, I have a hard time with that though. But
Yeah.
so it takes a lot of courage and guts
It does.
to get out of those relationships. And once you
takes
do, it's so much nicer. Like I tried leaving them in 2021 and I left. I met this really cute guy. He was spoiling me in a way. Well, then I was at my friend's house and she made me feel like I wasn't welcome. I needed to do this. And she did mention that I was a whore. And yeah, because
I
she
don't
did that,
condone that kind of behavior.
I felt like I didn't have anywhere to go. And so I went back to them. And it kind of like, of course, the beginning of me going in was better, but as it continued, it got worse.
It's because
And
narcissistic behavior.
Manipulating. Oh my gosh.
Manipulative and narcissistic. I've dealt
Exactly.
with those. You know what? Too bad we weren't friends then, because I would have made it a priority to find some speed bumps.
See, and it's
I'm
it
not a violent
what?
person. Did you not get what I was saying?
Sweetie, I'm a lover, not a fighter. No. I did not. What did you mean? Oh my God, Jordan. That's so bad. But like there were times where he would be so pissed off, he'd leave the house drunk and go drive. There was multiple times I would pray that he would get in a car accident by himself and I never have to deal
Hit a
with that
tree.
again.
Hit a tree.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
maybe have a little I forgot the Final Destination movie happened.
oh.
Logs. I will not drive behind a log truck to this day for
Oh,
that
me
reason.
either. Mm-mm.
Like, I'll ride
Mm-mm.
roller coasters because, like, I know that, yeah, it happens, just not that often. But log trucks, hell no. I seen a
Yeah,
TikTok
no.
one day, seen a TikTok the other day, and this dude, literally, a piece of wood was in the back of his seat. If he wouldn't have done that, it would have killed him.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
You good?
Wow. That's scary. That is terrifying. Last week, I was driving home and like a piece of wood fell out of a truck and it exploded all over the freeway. And so there was pieces flying everywhere. My car was getting pelted by pieces of wood and it was just not.
I'm about
So,
to beat the crap out of my boyfriend.
oh no, what do you do?
He won't text me back.
Yeah, well, he's working, sweetie.
I know.
You gotta remember that. He does have,
Yeah.
he does have a job, and so sometimes he can't message a lot.
And
And,
he leaves me home by
I have
myself
to
at
learn
night.
that myself. I
Yeah.
have to learn that myself with I text my fiance and I'm just
Sometimes
like, he's not messaging me back.
it's earlier today. Like, he's done it before, but earlier today he opened my Snap and didn't reply, and so I messaged him. I was like, "Okay." I did it. I said that one day, but I was like, "I
Oh,
guess you just don't love me." What's going on?
okay. So my fiance, I gotta realize that I he's at work and so, I've learned that I don't expect him to message back so quickly. Like I remember there's times that I kind of got upset about it and it was uncalled for.
But he opened my Snap and didn't say anything back, and I said, "Okay." And so then he like, he's done that before, but whenever he did it before, he didn't message me back for like 4 hours, like, didn't reply, nothing. So I texted him and I was like, "I guess you just don't love me. Leave me alone." Yeah. I'm just like, I gotta get better. Did you lose me again?
No. No. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I zoned out.
I was like, okay, I'm like, Earth to Logan, where the fuck did you go?
I'm just like or
Oh,
sitting there
and
like a
by the
statue.
way, so y'all know, this show is not, this podcast is not rated G or PG.
No.
It's more of a PG-13/X.
X. Okay, not X. X means we're
No,
gonna be going naked. Like, It's
no,
gonna
we
be
ain't
R.
going naked. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I'm just saying, like, details, but not that much detail.
No, like what she's pretty much saying is they're going to be swearing. There's going to be very vivid
Yes.
details.
Yes, but not like. But
Ooh,
it's gonna be.
speaking
It is
of,
gonna focus.
oh,
It is gonna focus on mental, physical, emotional, all kinds of abuse. So that is one thing. Like, if you are triggered by stuff like that, do not watch this podcast.
yeah. Well, so going back to like talking about that kind of stuff, is how my friend, called me a whore or whatever. Well, during that time, I
Mm.
wasn't. But when I left them, I actually became a whore. I'm just gonna be honest. I was at my whole phase and everything like that, but I had an incident happen recently. One of my coworkers told me about her gay friend and how she said that he sleeps around in a way. Like she's like, yeah, he's a bad boy, and I said, why? Does he sleep around? She's like, yeah, and I said, oh, well, okay. Show me a picture of him, and so she pulled up his Facebook, and she showed me a picture. I went bloodshot red. My body went so warm. I slept with her friend. Full blown. Like slept with her friend. And she knew just by my face and me going so red. Like I didn't have to say it. She knew. So that was so embarrassing. Some people condone having a hoe phase or whatever, but sometimes that's kind of what you need to
Oh,
find yourself.
I don't want to say
As
it
weird
like
as that sounds, I
as weird
mean,
as it sound. As weird as it is, as weird as it sounds, it's kind of true.
it is.
Yeah.
So I found myself. I mean, yes, I did sleep with multiple men, but I got that out of my system to where I'm now ready to settle down. I'm ready to get married. I'm very, very slim chance having a kid. I just don't think I'd be a good dad. So,
I think you
anyways,
would be.
I don't know. I
You
struggle. Like, I love my
It
nieces and nephews
happens.
because, I can hang out with them, I can spoil them, but then as soon as they start whining, I can send them back to their parents and I don't have to worry about it. So, like, that's what I like. And I like my nieces and nephews because they're like my kids, but they're not. It's pretty awesome. I love being an uncle, and I have a lot of nieces and nephews. A lot.
I have it's so calm. Technically, just this little one right here, but his mommy's having another one, so I'll have that if it's a boy or a girl, and then um, one of my other sisters had a baby, but I don't see her, so I won't ever see that baby. But my sister, my half sister, from my birth father, my sperm donor, she just had a little girl. I haven't met her, but before that, me and her we quit talking. Um, I hope she's doing good, and I hope that like the baby's doing good. I've talked to my nana a couple times about it. My stepbrother, he has two little girls. I don't ever see them. So I still
Okay.
claim
Yeah,
them as
so
my nieces and nephews, but he's the main one that I see.
gotcha. So I have from my oldest brother, I have two.
Hmm.
From the second oldest, I have three. From the third oldest, unfortunately, he passed away when he was 19. Yeah. So that one's a little bit hard. Um, and then the third youngest, he has three, one on the way. And then my sister, the second youngest, she has two. And
How
then
many
there's
siblings do
me,
you
the
got?
baby. And I have five. I have five siblings.
Oh, I thought you were
Yep.
saying kids. I'm like, the fuck? No, you don't. You have a dog.
No, there's no. No, the only kid I have is my baby, and that's my fur baby, Chandler.
Chandler. He's
That's the only one
named
I have.
after what's his face?
Chandler Bing. Matthew
Yeah,
Perry.
but
So good.
he's dead.
That is true.
R.I.P. I loved him.
Oh, I did
Whenever
too.
I heard about that, I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried.
Oh,
Because
girl, I cried.
I was like, no, and then the way that it happened, I was like, that's just so sad. But
Yeah, so I was at my brother's house and Chad was on Facebook and he's like, Matthew Perry died. And I'm like, what? No, he didn't. Like, you're joking around. And he says, no, he died. And I was like, no. And so I searched it and I saw it and I cried. I loved Matthew Perry. He was amazing. I loved him as a person. I listened to his book. And that is a very, very strong book.
he wrote a
And
book.
yes, he did.
Oh,
And I recommend reading it or listening to it because it is very, very detailed of what he went through in life and what he went through as being famous. And, also his drug addiction. He had a very,
oh
very
yeah, I
bad
forgot he had a bad
drug addiction
and
to
wasn't alcohol
narcotics.
too?
He wasn't too bad with alcohol. It was mainly drugs. I
Okay.
think by 2017, he was taking, I think it was 46 hydrocodone at a one time.
Damn.
Yeah, his body got so used to it, then when he go off the drugs, he could die. And so
Yeah.
the medication he was on to handle all of that was, oh shit, I can't remember the medication, but it helped him. Well, that's actually the medication that he died from because he was in his hot tub with the patch on. The hot water made the patch go in more. I overdosed on that medication. That was really, really hard on me. Like, it took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks just to be able to watch Friends. It hit me hard, and I still
I didn't
trying
know
to
any of
figure
that.
out. See, and I try to, understand, like, I'm trying to figure out why it bothers me so much. Like, I never knew him, but in a way, I kind of like when
feel
I
like
was
you
younger,
did.
I kind of felt like him,
Mhm.
like Chandler, having a hard time with love life and feeling like he's going to be alone and struggling like that. I relate to Chandler, not really Matthew Perry, but I relate to Chandler.
His
And
character.
yeah, exactly. What about you? Is there any celebrity that you had a problem with when they passed away?
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller died?
He's been dead.
When did he die?
I don't remember the year. I think it was like 2016.
He's the one that wrote Thrift Shop, right? I'm gonna pop some
No.
tags on like
Heck
oh,
no.
who's that?
Macklemore. That's Macklemore.
Oh, Macklemore.
Macklemore. Can we go thrift shopping?
Go thrift shopping.
What?
Wood.
That song, like, yeah, it was a bop back then, but I'm not gonna lie, it ain't a bop no more.
That's fair. No, Mac
But
Miller. What song would I know from
he
him?
dated Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I did not know.
Let me show you.
His number one. Mac Miller.
Party on Fifth Ave or The Spins.
I'll have to look him up and see if I know any songs from him because he sounds familiar.
He's
I don't
one
know.
person I wish I could have met. Hang on, let me get a better picture.
Doesn't look familiar to me. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't recognize him.
I was so sad. I loved him. He was my first real, like, celebrity crush. I don't know why.
I love that. You want to know mine? Channing Tatum.
Hey, that ain't bad.
Or young Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds, yes. Oh. let's talk about shit. What's his name? Captain American.
I don't fucking know his
Like,
name.
oh shit, what? Chris Evans. Ooh, that man. Woo, woo. When I watch that and I see him in those tight clothes,
I'm more of a Chris Hemsworth. Not
really?
Lee. I don't like his brother. His
Well, I
brother
don't
can
like him
suck
either,
a
but
dick.
hey, I hate his brother, Liam Hemsworth, but you know, he made an amazing song, and that's called Flowers by Miley fucking Cyrus
I love
because
her.
of him. And you know, oh my god, that reminds me. Did you see her Grammy video when she was singing Flowers? That was the best. She's singing and she's like, "I just won my first Grammy." Oh, I love it. I love Miley. Um I'm here with her. It reminded me. So I had her gave her an assignment, and that was to listen to Jojo Siwa's Karma video. So let's hear what your thoughts on that.
Creepy. Don't care for the new look.
You don't?
I have actually seen a lot of controversy about this. Have you seen what the controversy is?
Is it the one that she copied music?
No.
Oh, what is it?
It's about her, about the kids at her dance thing. She would yell and scream at them, apparently, allegedly, and cuss at them, allegedly, and stuff like that.
I
And
I
I'm
have a
like,
hard time
like,
with that.
the way
She
that
was a
she's acted,
baby.
well, no, this has been like recently. Like, she had her own like dance show thing. And like this
Oh.
has been like a recent thing. Like, kids and their moms have came out and stuff, and I'm like, dang. But it's like, I hope it's not true, because I mean, she seems like such a sweet kid. Well, she's not really a kid anymore, but she was
No.
such a sweet kid. But I mean, people change and go through different things. It's life. And
Yeah. Well,
everyone getting mad at her for changing the way that she looks and stuff, get over it. I mean, it's her life.
amen to that.
It would be like someone getting mad at you for changing something that you're doing. How would you feel about that?
Seriously though. Yeah.
But no,
Well,
above
sorry.
all, the song, it was decent. I will say, in some parts I did cringe because I didn't care for the lyric, they were worded and stuff. But there was a few parts that I actually really did like. And
Okay.
her voice is very good. Like, she could do so much with it. It's just
Yeah.
getting out of that childhood star era.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's the hard part is, you know, people are judging her being like, this isn't JoJo. We miss
Of
the
course
old
it's not.
JoJo.
She's
And I'm
grown
like,
up.
exactly. She's not the cute little 12-year-old that has a bow in her hair.
That would be like me being 25 years old walking around with a hair bow in my hair. I know some girls
Exactly.
do that for like a fashion statement,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, she is her own person. We are all our own
Exactly.
people. We can't control what
Exactly.
other people do, and if you try to control what other people do, you're part of the problem.
I agree. I agree 100% with that. And like going with that is the outfit. Like you didn't like it,
I didn't care
but
for it.
I
I'm not the black one. The black one is the only one I did not care for. But
oh, I love it.
I think the main reason was is it gave me Kiss vibes.
See, with me, it's like Kiss mixed with Lady Gaga.
I kind of got a Lady Gaga feel, but not completely. I think that's the whole reason why I didn't care for the song, because every time I seen that
Mm.
outfit, I was like, "Ooh, girlfriend,
Cringe.
I know you can do better." I just, it would be so cute. I just did not like all the space stuff. I feel like
That's fair.
if she would have toned it down just a tiny bit, I would have loved it. But I could not take my eyes off of the makeup enough to enjoy the video.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, then she also got a lot of controversy over her new car. So she had her old car had
It was
guitar
wrapped
or
in her,
guitar
wasn't
wrap.
it?
Yeah, it was just her faces. Well, then her new
Uh-huh.
one was black, and then it looked like spray paint, but it wasn't. But it looked like spray paint. I loved it, but people are like judging
I
her
haven't seen
about it,
it.
and I'm just like, oh, it's so awesome. You'll have to look at it. I love it. I think it looks amazing. But people are like, what'd you do to your
Hello?
car? That looks like crap. And I was like, it's black with spray paint. Like, who the fuck cares?
Like, it's her car. She gets to
Like,
color it.
exactly. Like,
Like
that's what I
me.
think would be so hard is being a star and having to being a child star for that matter and trying to live life and you just feel like you can't because you're getting judged 24/7.
Yeah. I'm not
And it's
gonna
just
lie, like,
it's
if this podcast like goes somewhere, I am not here to please people.
no.
I try my best to keep my opinion to myself unless it is needed to be said. With that being said, if this podcast goes somewhere, like, I don't care. If someone doesn't like what I'm doing, they can suck my toe. That's the nicest way I can put it. Because it's like
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna change myself to appease someone else.
exactly. People need to know like we are not going to be sugarcoating things. We're going to be blunt and honest
We're gonna be
because
sprinkling lemons on the eyeball.
exactly, we're not going to be these people that hide their true feelings or hide what they've gone through in life and pretend like everything's okay
And
because
tell you that
we
everything's
know
okay
it's been
because
a
it's like
while,
it's not.
but it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a part of you. It's to learn how to live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I ended up in a psychiatric ward because I attempted suicide multiple times. Okay. Well, I was at that psych ward, and we all shared songs that meant a lot to us, and mine was "House of Mirrors" by Hollywood Undead. So, anyways, as I was saying, so these lyrics are it's 3 in the morning. I don't know where I'm going. I think my mind has been stolen. We all live in a house of mirrors. Running from myself, but there's no way to hide. I like to think I look like a hero, but all I see is a child that is terrified. Those are very powerful lyrics. That has helped me through a lot. But when I was also in the psychiatric ward, I heard one word that has changed my life, and that is hope. There is hope. There is hope that you can get through it or you can get out of a situation because if you have hope, you have everything.
Hope is the key to surviving.
Yes, I agree. It's a serious word to me. Like I think two things that say hope in my house so I can
Oh,
remember.
really?
Yep, I do. Hope is a very strong word for me, and it helped me a lot. Like I am doing so much better, but also it helps. I'm on medications and stuff like that, but I do, know how to, you know, take control over my emotions and
That's good.
exactly.
I'm still learning.
It's a hard thing to learn. I am too. I'm just saying I've gotten a little bit of control. Um, as you can tell, I'm here. I'm not dead. I don't have, my wrist slit or anything like that.
Yeah. Thank
Or,
God.
drop a toaster in the bathtub.
Toaster bath. They're the best baths in the world.
Yes,
I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
absolutely.
I do not condone physical harm to yourself.
Now, taking a toaster bath is not good. Don't do it.
Taking a toaster bath
Unless
is
it's
not.
unplugged, then you're more than welcome to. Just make sure it's not plugged in.
No. Even when it's unplugged, it can still hurt you, I think.
No, it can't. There's no electricity, dumbass. You have to have electricity to electrocute yourself. Come on now. Basic physics.
Yeah.
That wasn't even physics.
Yeah, that's not physics. That's science.
I don't even know if it's
Science
science.
is physics. Isn't it?
Sure.
Just like geometry is the same thing as algebra. It's math.
Geometry and algebra are different. I will disagree on that one.
They
Geometry is about shapes.
They are all math.
Well, yes, but there's different types of math. You have your pluses, your times, your minuses, your divide, or division, sorry. But then you also have your shapes that you add up and all of that. Yes, it's math, but it's different types of math.
But why would I want to add shapes?
Well, the job I work with for my brother,
Oh,
I have
architecting.
I have to use those shapes and actually
Architecting.
Yeah, architecting kind of ish. But yeah, I have to know that stuff or it's not going to work. Like I need to know all that. I have to. Trust me, do you think when I was a kid I was like, I'm not gonna need this in my life? And then here I am. And I'm just like, well, fuck. So I just kind of wanted to start wrapping up stuff here soon. Just want to tell you what to expect from the podcast. So, like I said, we want people to enjoy our stuff. And if this is too much for you or it's uncomfortable, you don't have to watch. This is just us expressing how we dealt and dealt with our pasts. And me and her, of course, there's going to be different ways. Like, we're two different people. It's definitely going to be different.
We're not completely different. We're not completely different.
No, but certain, Did you really just say that? I love you. I mean, it's not a lie. We both do. I'm going to give you the email for, if you guys want to message us or not. It is the team at twisted-tidbits.com. And we'll also put it in the description below. Please feel free to message us if you guys would like to add to our stories or if you want us to tell your story anonymously. We'll use John Doe or J Doe. Like we're not going to anyone. Like even if you're in an abusive relationship and you have questions of like what you can do and what with that though is we're not specialists. We are not licensed people. We are just two friends that have been through a lot of shit and we wanted to express it, tell people and help people with it.
We're like a mentally unstable peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Amen to that. I'm the jelly. She's the peanut butter. I don't do peanut butter. Plus, you have the color of jam right now, so I get to be the jam. You get to be the peanut butter.
I am. Okay. Well, you are fruity.
That is the truth. I am fruity. But we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch our podcast. It means a lot. And if you guys want more, let us know. Yes, we're going to try to do an episode once a week for you guys. So just keep out for that. And we appreciate you guys stopping by. Bye.